All right. Hello, everyone. I am very excited to kick off today with our very first episode of Community Heroes as part of European Cities Marketing new communication initiative for 2021 entitled Power of Community. With Community Heroes, we'll meet all the people that shape and push forward the community of ECM, a community of open sharing, learning, meeting, and growing together. The series is done in association with Group NAO, which is also where I'm from. My name is Signe Jongersted, and I am the one fortunate to be speaking to today's first community hero, Katarina Thorstensson, Head of Sustainability with Gothenburg and Company and Chair of the ECM Knowledge Group on Sustainability. All right, so Katarina, could you start by telling us what motivated you to start this knowledge group focusing on sustainability within the ECM community?
Well, actually, you were on it in your introduction. It was all about learning and sharing and getting inspired. And I think that the ECM is an excellent platform for this. Mm-hmm. And I also, really personally, I find that this group was missing to get inspired and learn from others, because also when you work on these issues, it can be a bit lonely. So to learn from each other and get inspired and share experiences.
That makes sense. And so what was the interest? Because you started the knowledge group. It's about a year ago that you first started the group, right?
We initiated about a year ago, and I think we had our first meeting just before summer.
Right. Okay. And has there been a lot of interest from the ECM members?
Yeah, wow. I think we are today 22 cities and with more than one representative from many destinations. So the interest is enormous, I dare say. So the timing was right. Mm-hmm. And actually, just after we suggested a knowledge group on sustainability, there were other destinations like Zurich doing the same. So it just emphasized it
was the right time.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And then, so how often do you meet, and what does the work really involve?
We meet about every 6 to 8 weeks. Not during summer. And it's about, we take a holistic perspective of sustainability and exploring all the dimensions. And we've kicked off with sort of forming the group. Since it's a new group, we don't have anything to actually fall back on. So we are exploring ways forward that fits us. So we are working now on mission statements and goals and actions for the group, and also looking at a definition of sustainable destinations, so we have something in common to sort of start out our discussions from.
Right. Oh, that sounds like a good start. Are there loads of different definitions in play, or I just assumed that people had the same idea of it, but
well, it isn't easy to find one single definition on a sustainable destination. So we've looked into the UNWTO and in the ECM strategies and the global goals, and there are quite a few frameworks that are general sustainability frameworks, but we fell for the GDSM definition of sustainable destination, and maybe we'll tweak it a bit, but that's a good definition to start out from.
That's the direction you're going.
Yeah.
And so you met first time around the summer, and now it's sort of the first full year of having this knowledge group. So what are you most excited about for 2021 and this knowledge group?
I'm dying to meet all these brilliant people, in meeting them physically, because we have just met digitally. Yes. So that's what I really, really am looking forward to. But coming to what we work on, I'm excited about the task force on KPIs that we formed on what will come out on that one. And also we see that there's a huge interest in exploring social sustainability a bit more.
Okay.
And a third thing is that we are really, really looking forward to collaborating with the other knowledge groups within ECM, because we think there are so many interesting and stimulating things to dig into.
Those are three really interesting topics, I think. If just going back to the KPIs, because this is something I hear a lot as well, that you know, you want to move beyond the traditional KPIs of volume and dead nights and growth. How are you going about that? Because it does seem like most destinations are struggling to find out how to go about more sustainable KPIs.
I mean, that's a nice thing with this group and actually the power of community, that you have the wide perspectives from everyone. We have all different challenges in our cities, and some are the same, of course. So I think we will come up with, I hope, say 10 common indicators that covers the sustainability perspectives that we can sort of share and work on. So that's a hope in a way for that group.
Yeah. And so is the task force also looking at like what kind of data could be used to measure these indicators?
Yeah, the first thing the group is on is actually mapping all these different KPIs and data, and then we will hopefully work together with the research and statistics groups. They don't know it yet.
Smart people in the research,
but we hope to do that to sort of see what is measurable,
right,
and what is not, and how can we sort of get around this to actually still get indicators
and make it tangible. I think is also one of the challenges of it, right? And accessible. And so, and then the second one was social sustainability, and you say there's a strong desire or strong wish to focus more on that and to get more. Is it an understanding of it, or is it what to do about it?
I think it is both. I mean, it's fairly easy to understand the environmental perspective of sustainability, but it's less tangible with the social sustainability. So we will start out with exploring the needs and wants of the group members, but there are issues like accessibility, or you mentioned Black Lives Matters, like the racism perspective, and then also you could have the perspective of contributing to more equal societies in terms of job making and that kind of things.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really wide, and we will try to narrow it down and be a bit more concrete and tangible, but it's really up to the interests and needs of the group, I would say.
Okay. And then, so it sounds like you have quite a lot on the plate actually for 2021. Do you have like I would almost say like the big vision for the knowledge group, not just for 2021, but like, where are you hoping, or what kind of difference do you hope this group can make in the long run? That's a big question.
Well, I would like to integrate the issues of sustainability in everyday life, sort of to normalize it. So in a way, make the group unnecessary.
Right. Okay. I like that. That's a good vision. You want to become less necessary. That leads me a little bit to my next question, which is, you know, because there's the knowledge group, and you have quite a few members of the knowledge group, people working with this agenda within the group. But then how does the rest of the ECM community gain value and learn of all the things that you're doing?
The sharing thing, we were actually talking about that the other day, the co-chair, Daniela and Pauline from the ECM office, on how could we actually share what we learn with other ECM members. So we're thinking of that. We hadn't a solution yet, but we think there is an interest, and in some way maybe we could open up discussion forums or yeah.
I have a suggestion. You should do
perfect.
something at the spring conference coming up in March. You should definitely share at least where you are now. Yeah. And so are you aiming to grow the knowledge group further, or how can people engage with it? If they're interested, seeing this interview and they're interested in getting involved.
It's a fairly large group, but I also think that this issue is too important to be exclusive.
Yeah. So there's room for more if they want to.
Yeah, I think so as well. But really, it is also a matter of to get, you have to give in a way. So I really like members to contribute and be active and take part in task forces and stuff like that.
Yeah, you have to invest the time.
Yeah, but also to really get inspired and to move forward.
So to the larger perspective, you could say you started this group actually more or less in the middle of a global pandemic. And it seems in the beginning we were worried if sustainability would become less of a priority. It seems now that it's high on a lot of agendas still, and fortunately so. And I'm wondering, how have you adapted your work because of the pandemic, or is there anything that you've seen change due to the pandemic in terms of how the knowledge group is working and where you want to go with the work of the knowledge group?
Well, actually, we don't know of anything but the COVID situation. So, but I would say that the answer is yes and no, whether the pandemic has impacted the group. We haven't met, as I said before, physically, and I'm dying to do that. But on the other hand, it has been so much easier to meet digitally, and we could meet more frequently. So that's a good thing in this crappy situation. And also, I would say that it has been, we haven't focused on the pandemic that much. Which could be quite nice since you have that every day. So we have actually been focusing on the sustainability issues and questions around that and forming the group. So it's been an asylum in a way. But of course the pandemic is there all the time, but we haven't actually focused on that. And then I would also, due to the pandemic, I also see that the roles of the DMOs on keeping sustainability on the agenda and helping the stakeholders in your destination is really, really key now. When we start to open up societies, I think it's so important that the DMOs are there to sort of stick to this, so we don't make the same mistakes again when we have the opportunity or the window now to sort of be smart.
So you think, are you actually saying that you think there's a bigger role even in terms of sustainability for the DMO than before the pandemic?
Yeah, I think so.
In pushing forward.
I'm really, really sure about that. Like we have to stick to that and really help and see to that these issues are there when we open again.
I think that sounds good. And that's also what we'll be diving into at the spring conference, is really the new roles and the responsibilities as well of the DMO in this post-COVID, if we can call it. Well, thank you, Katarina, for sharing your work on the knowledge group and for all your contributions to the ECM community. Excited to see what's going to happen in 2021 with all the different task forces and goals that you set out. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
you.